Welcome everyone to the webinar tonight. We're going to go over some training, and hopefully you guys will like it. What we're going to go over is I'm going to go ahead and share my presentation I have here. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and I'll make this available to everyone that's on the webinar tonight as well. What we're going to go over tonight is some question and answers. Hopefully you guys have some questions for me. If you do, that's great. If you don't, we'll just go right into basically where to start. A lot of people, when they get a course like this, they don't know where to start. Our next webinar is going to be on how to build a sales force and how to pay your sales force, as well as a role play, sales role play. I think everyone, that's very important for people, especially when they're just starting out. Now, if everyone is totally against the sales role play, that's fine. Just let me know in the chat box or send me an email. So let's go ahead and, does anyone have any questions? If you have questions, type them in the sidebar. A lot of the questions that I have is that I've been getting actually is people are asking me, can they sell their service and they don't have any clients? And the answer to that is yes, you can. You have to be able to deliver your sales pitch or whatever however you're doing it. So hopefully you're doing it by email the way I'm teaching it. You have to be able to deliver it with confidence. If you can't do it with confidence, then people are going to hear that, okay? And when people hear that, then they immediately start, maybe they don't want to buy from you. But the thing is, if you deliver with confidence, people are going to buy from you. And I'm going to say this again probably later on tonight, but I'm going to say that again. People buy from you. They contact you initially because they want what you have. You're telling them you can get them on the first page of Google, and they want to know what you have. So you have to deliver that with confidence. That's if you don't have anything ranked. We have another question here. So would you go rank video first and then get customers, or would you get customers and then go rank? Well, what I did was I already had videos ranked. They weren't in the attorney niche, but I did have some videos ranked in other areas. And we'll go over that as well later in this presentation. You basically have two options if you don't have videos ranked right now. Either one, you pick a smaller city in whatever niche you're going in, and you try to get them ranked. If you pick the smaller cities, you can get them to rank more, probably in like a week, maybe 2 weeks, and they can use that in your email blast. It works great. I mean, it might be a smaller city, but hey, you're on the first page of Google. So you sell that. I mean, using our strategies and tactics, it's not ever a question of if we can get it ranking, it's when. So that's the whole thing. And you got to get that in your mentality and in your conversation. And every day when you talk to people, when you talk to your spouse, when you talk to your buddies on Facebook or whatnot, that's the attitude you have. It's not a question of if, it's when. And it's the truth. I'm another person that says they want more specific training on how to maximize GSA. We can do that. We can make that as one of our trainings, maximizing GSA. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I got to read the question before I answer it. Do I optimize YouTube channel playlists and videos? I optimize YouTube channel to the max, and it's in the videos of the 18 videos in the chapters. If we want, we can go over that in another training. The playlist. I used to do playlists. And I used to get playlist ranking, but you know what? Since I've used GSA, I've even tried to do it of recent with the playlist, and at least in niches that I'm doing, it's just way too competitive for the playlist to rank. Videos, of course I optimize those. I optimize those to descriptions, and I do a little keyword stuffing at the end. And you know what? That's what works right now. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that. It's long-term this, long-term that. You know what? The only one who knows what long-term is Google, maybe. Google don't even know what long-term is at this point. I just know that what I'm doing right now and the way that I'm ranking videos, the YouTube videos, I'm doing what works. And it's been working. It's an awesome way to do it. And that's the way you should do it. Another question is, do I try to get one video to rank for a lot of terms? Yes, I do. I do, but you know what? When I set up my video, I set my video up for my main term. I'll give you a for instance or an example. Let's say DUI attorney, Fort Lauderdale. I'll do a DUI attorney, Fort Lauderdale. I'll set up my video. That'll be in my title, DUI attorney, Fort Lauderdale. The first word in my video is DUI attorney, Fort Lauderdale. Don't go, listen, there's a lot of debate out there, and I don't try to debate with people. I just go by what I found through experience. And I found that when you put the keyword first and the money URL or whatever you want to call it, if you have one in there, you put that second. And whenever you put it first, it ranks faster, and it seems to be much stronger. So I put the DUI attorney Fort Lauderdale first in my title, and then I put it first in my description. And then I go ahead and give a nice keyword-rich description. I mentioned DUI attorney, attorneys, lawyer, all my keywords any way I can, where it makes sense. And then at the end, I put additional tags, and then I list my keywords that I want to target for. And in doing that, you will rank for multiple terms. Can you count on that? Most of the time you can. I have one. I don't want to open up the thing right now. I just checked today. I have one of mine is just ranking for over 25 keyword phrases right now. Just one video. So that's common. It's common to do that. And you know what? If you use my strategies and you use the tactics and the techniques that we show, and we're going to continue to listen, we're going to continue to grow together. As long as you guys are here, you guys are on these webinars, these trainings, we'll have more trainings. We'll release more stuff in the membership site, you know, in our membership site, and sometimes in the Facebook Mastermind as well. If you can always, you know, ask questions there as well. The other question we have here is, when do you do GSA for local search terms, and how do you split keywords geo-targeting? Well, what I do for that is I know my niches, and everyone tries to make a big deal about keyword research. Let's face it. Here's the way I like to explain it, and I hope I'm not insulting anyone. Maybe someone has their specialties in keyword research. I'm not trying to offend anyone or make anyone mad. I'm just going to tell you from my experience. Keyword research is not rocket science. Google's the new yellow pages. I look at it like this. If I'm a buyer and I'm buying X product, what am I gonna look up the yellow pages with? What am I gonna type in to look something up on Google? So it's not rocket science. And normally, you know, we have many different keyword terms, but for the most part, there's about 25 or so keyword phrases that people might type in. And any PPC campaigns I've ever done, there's always been between 8 and maybe 12 money keywords where people are typing in all the time. Other than that, the rest of them are just, you know, extra. They add up. They get stuff here. So you have to know those, okay? You have to know what your keywords are, is what I'm trying to say. So in GSA, what I do is I try to set up my videos. The way my services work is I do up to 5 videos. If the person gives me 5 videos, I'll use 5 videos. If they give me 3, depending on how much they're paying, I might make 2 more videos out of their 3, but I do up to 5 videos. So I know there's 5 main keywords in every attorney that I deal with, and I set sum up with the city name first and sum up with the city name second. So when I use GSA on my video, let's go back to the first example that I used on my video for DUI attorney Fort Lauderdale. I'll set up my GSA campaign, and I start off with those kind of keywords: DUI attorney Fort Lauderdale, DUI attorneys Fort Lauderdale, DUI lawyers Fort Lauderdale, DUI lawyer in Fort Lauderdale. All those kind of keyword phrases for my one video. And then the next video I might set up to be Fort Lauderdale DUI lawyer. And because I already have attorney, so I'll do lawyer with Fort Lauderdale on the front. And I do the same thing. I hope that answers your question, Dave. Is that what you're talking about? Well, you can answer that, you know, you can put it in there if you want to. But moving on down to the questions. The next question is YouTube limiting phone numbers and titles? I know that's been asked, you know. Sometimes I see it's hit or miss. By the most part, all my phone numbers come up. All my phone numbers come up. I don't know if they're limited them. Here's what I don't do. I see a lot of people, they try to put 2 keyword phrases in their title, and then they put like the phone number too. So you got to be careful, because you only have a certain amount of characters in the title, and someone's asking about a recording. Yes, this is going to be a recording, and I'll put it out there. There'll be a page and I'll release that on the Facebook Mastermind group. As I was saying, someone asking, David was asking about the phone numbers in the title. I put one keyword phrase in the title. I put the phone number right after that, so it's right there in the front, and then I'll put, you know, the attorney name, or if it's a photographer that I'm working for, the photographer name, the company name goes after that. Keyword, phone number, and then whatever else they want to do. But I don't try to optimize the titles like that with 2 keyword phrases. I see some people do that. Sometimes I get beaten by that for a little while, but eventually I went out doing what I'm doing. Okay, now, how do I put those keywords in the GSA? I put the keywords in the GSA when I'm doing the local stuff. I put them in the keyword section, and I click on the little button down there after you put in your anchor text, say use keywords as anchor text, because it looks like sometimes GSA wants you to spin those keyword phrases, but when you import them, they put commas in there. So I know if I say use keyword phrases, it's going to use keyword phrases, because that's how I initially started doing it. Is there a way to find out what terms your video is ranking for other than just manually look them up to Google? Well, some people use a lot of these search engine, the ones that do websites. So you have to put in a video, you have to put in a YouTube video, and then you put in your keywords. You can do it that way. Sometimes some of them work that way. I have one called QRank. It works that way, but you can't get reports because it does reports on a URL. Now, what I did develop right before the release of my product, I developed a special, I called it YouTube Rank Tracker, but my programmer flaked out a little bit. So I have another programmer. We're working on one project right now that all you guys are going to want to have if you're using GSA. And then when that's done, we're going to revisit the YouTube Rank Checker. And the way that's going to work is you type in your keyword phrases, and you can type in your video, your YouTube URL. We'll check the top 30 in Google, and it'll bring back all your videos. So where this helps you, and where this helps you be a consultant to your client, is when you use this kind of a reporting feature that we have, when you have 2 or 3 keyword phrases on the first page of Google, they're going to see it right there, and it'll tell them what video. Because when you start using the I don't know, the search engine ranker, not search engine ranker, some of these other, like even QRank, you can only provide them a report by video. So imagine you have 5 videos for a client and you're ranking for 80 keyword phrases. Let's just say 50. They're going to be confused as heck, man. When they look at these, they're going to get this one video, all these keywords, another video, all these keywords, and some of them overlap, but they're not going to see the overlap. You're not doing yourself justice. So with this new software product, I don't know what's going to be out, maybe 2-3 months, but it's going to come out. It's going to be specifically designed for YouTube videos. Do Google Hangouts rank more easily than a regular YouTube video? You know what? I don't know. I know that they say that YouTube videos, Hangouts rank more easily, but you know what? Let me put it to you this way. I'm in the attorney niche. I don't see any Hangouts that outranks me. So I don't know. My assumption is, do they rank easier? I don't know. Do they rank easier? The question should be, not do they rank easier, do they stick? Because I've had some in the past, some plumber Hangouts and stuff, that I've had people try the Hangout section or the Hangout techniques, and I use GSA. I got them up there real quick, like everyone's saying, but did they stick? Now, I know there's a lot of you guys have bought someone else's courses too that do Hangouts, and I'm not talking anything bad about that course or Hangouts. All I'm saying is, with my experience, I have seen the Hangouts fall, and I've seen them come back up. So the question should be, do they stick? Now, I don't know. If they rank faster than me, I don't know, but I know in all my areas where I'm ranking for attorneys, I have never seen a Hangout, in the top 3. And I've had areas where, like in Tampa, Orlando, where there's 2 or 3 of us heavy in the YouTube videos or in a video period. None of them have done Hangouts. And if Hangouts were really kicking butt on everything, trust me, we'd all be using Hangouts, all of us. So, and one thing you got to remember, we're on the bleeding edge with this YouTube stuff, because with GSA, nobody knew about how to rank videos of GSA until recently. Okay, so this is really new. Everybody else, all the gurus would tell you, oh, you got to get subscribed, you got to get comments, you got to do this, you got to jump through hoops. No, not with GSA, you don't. I had someone, I have a Warrior Forum thread that I put on their Facebook. One of you guys went there and gave it an awesome testimony. But this dude said, what am I missing? There's a video that's been up there for 9 months, only has 43 views. Must not be a very competitive term. I asked the guy to tell me what video it was, but in the same time, I said, our findings are that most people don't watch the videos. They look for a service, they call the phone number, and that's how the people get them. Trust me, if attorneys aren't getting phone calls, they'll fire you in a second. So I know that this thing's up there for 9 months, and it's only got 43 views. He's getting phone calls. So, you know, that's that on that. Let me go to the next question. I regret sometimes. What's a good resource to get PLR videos? Well, Norman, that is in our membership website where we release that. There's a couple links actually where to get that. If you've purchased Offline Resurrection and you're on our membership site and watching the Offline Resurrection chapters, we have all the resources there for PLR videos, different PLR videos. And one you can make talking head videos look like commercials for like $147. You can charge your clients $500 to $700 easily. Bruce says, when you're ranking your first videos and don't have a client yet, who do you link the phone number to? You link it to your cell number. You link it to your cell number and you take the phone number down, and then you call people that might be on the second or third page to see if they want some leads. That's what you do. Or you pick someone on the second or third page, and one person that looks like they have, looks like they have a decent website, or you can go to Yellow Pages. Go to Yellow Pages and find someone on Yellow Pages that's actually paying for a video. If they have a video on Yellow Pages, they paid for that. Find their company, and you can do it. You can go anywhere you want. It doesn't matter. Listen, don't forget, we're in 2014. So Bruce, if you live in Tupelo, Mississippi, you don't have to go find you someone on Yellow Pages in Tupelo, Mississippi. You can go to somewhere like, if you're ranking your video in Dallas, you can go there, go to Yellow Pages and find someone who has a video. And then what you do is you forward your calls to them, and you make sure you record the phone calls. So this way, when you call them up, you can say, oh yeah, so-and-so you made an appointment with? Yeah, how'd you know that? That lead came from me. So-and-so you made this appointment with? Yeah, that lead came from me too. Or you can actually do a whisper. Now whisper is kind of dangerous, because when you do whisper, it says, this lead came from Bruce Myron. And when you say that, some people, what the hell? And they hang up. So I don't even do that. I just give them the lead. I record I record all the calls. And then when I call them to sell them, I tell them the leads they got from me. They're like, oh man, if they don't want to, that's fine. They'll just say, no worries. We got other ways. We'll just do it to the next guy. One of your competitors. It's no big deal. Someone's going to buy this because we're getting calls. So that's how you do that. And that's when you first start off with. So when you first start off, you can get a client real easily. And you know what? Sometimes I'll tell you this. Sometimes when you guys are making these videos and you try to rank something, it'll shoot to the top of YouTube. If you use my strategies, it's not uncommon for you to be on the top of YouTube in minutes. Okay, I got my first client this way. It was an immigration attorney, and he was on the top of YouTube. I wasn't even ranking yet, and it recorded 2 or 3 conversations. People were calling from YouTube, which I found peculiar. I don't know who looks up immigration attorney on YouTube, but these guys did, and they got me my first client. Again, I tell you, I regret. Okay, how do I structure payments? And do I get upfront and then rank, or do I rank? Okay, this is a question I get asked all the time. You have to find out what your niche will bear. You want to try to pick a niche that's $300 that can support $300 or more, and I just say support. Listen, if I got someone that wants to pay me $250 today, I'm not gonna tell him no. If I know he's serious, if we've already negotiated, I already talked to him. What I do, if someone wants to pay me less than what I'm asking for, is I'll try to say, okay, I'll tell you what, just to know you're serious, $250, I could do that, but only if you pay 3 months up front and you sign up today. So that's going to be $750 today, and we're sold. So that's one thing. Do I get paid up front? Absolutely. Listen, if you don't get paid up front, you're working for free. And you know what? Once you get them right, what are you going to do if they say, oh, sorry, I'm not going to pay you? Or what do you do if you can't get a hold of them no more and you got your video up and they're getting all these phone calls? No. You don't ever rank them first. You always ask for money up front. Say, hey, listen, this is a trust factor. And that's why it's important to have some videos ranked. Look, it's a trust factor. I've already shown you videos that are on the first page of Google, okay? I showed you this video and that video and this video. There's no reason not to trust me now. If you want, you can call those people from the Google listing. And what I do is I go a step further. You can call those people from the Google listing and listen, we're not no fly-by-night company. Call them from the Google listing. I'm not giving you my friend's cell phone number to call as a referral. I'm telling you to call listing right off of Google. A whole lot of companies don't do that. The companies that's our biggest competitors, the ones that have burned other people, that's what they used to do. They give their friend's cell phone off for referrals, and everyone's getting great referrals. I tell them to call them right off of Google. Okay. Okay. Kind of lost my spot here. Oh, how do I structure my payments? Do I get paid and ask to get? No, I don't rank and get paid. No, they pay me and then I rank them. Will my YouTube rank checker check for Google search? No, my YouTube rank checker will only search for Google. I don't care about YouTube. I really don't. I can get on the first page for local terms. I can get on the first page of YouTube in minutes. I'm telling you, I did it. I've done the last 3 webinars that I did. It was a roofer video. I don't know if it's still there. I don't remember which term even, but it was a roofer video. It was like Roofers Miami or Roofers Tampa. And I even did like Roofers or Roofing Philadelphia. It was like number 5 or 6 in like 14 minutes. So YouTube to me is easy. If you guys want to rank on YouTube, just buy the course, follow how I make the YouTube videos. You'll be on the top of YouTube in no time. Hey Ken, Ken's asking, he didn't know the service was already on. How long has it been going? I'm sorry, man. We've been going about 20 minutes, I guess. Ask your questions though, please. Do I silo my playlist? No, I don't silo my playlist. I don't do playlists anymore. I just do GSA, and you know what I do? I do something that I'm not going to reveal right now because I'll do that next week on our stuff. It's really strong. It helps you every way. It helps all your videos. It helps you when you're trying to rank. So I don't silo playlists. So I guess we're down to the end of the question. Anyone got any more questions? Okay. Well, as I said, we're gonna start tonight about where to start. And like next week, we're gonna go over role play for sales, and I'm gonna show you how to set up your sales force and how to pay them and how to get people. They're gonna want to work for you. Trust me. They will. This is so awesome. You can set up people for your sales force. They can work out of their houses, and you can track them. It's so awesome. And listen, ain't nothing like you think. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you that for right now. So let's go on. Let's go on to the presentation. And here's the question. That's why I put all this together like the Q&A. A lot of these questions that have been asked, some of them haven't. Where do you start? What niche do I use? Do I rank video first? Do I need a website? Do you know what you're going to say when you get someone on the line? Do you know what you're going to ask them? Do you know what they're going to ask you? You have your services already set up. And if you do, what services are you going to offer? These are all the types of questions that you got to ask yourself before. Oh, Ken, that'll be in next week's section where I tell you how to do your sales force. I'm going to show you guys how to almost make this hands off. For the people who want to do GSA and use it, I'm going to show you guys next week along with the sales force setup how to almost make this hands off where you don't have to do a whole lot. All you got to do is click, 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 and you'll be done. So getting back to the presentation here is, these are all the questions you got to ask yourself. So I'm going to try to cover most of these. So hopefully you guys have a solid ground. Yes, I'm going to add this recording to the membership, Ken. Yes, I am. All of them are going to be recorded, and we're going to make sure I'm also recording on another machine on Camtasia, so in case it doesn't record properly. So these are all the questions we got to ask ourselves, okay? And here's the first thing we got to do, and this is the first step. You got to make sure you have everything that's technical set up. That means call tracking. If you had whichever call tracker you're going to use, WP call tracker, analytic call tracker, you want to make sure you have Twilio set up and funded so you can purchase numbers. And you want to make sure you have your domains purchased and Outlook set up for processing your email blast. Okay, that's the first thing you do. So you want to make sure you have all that covered. Okay, Then I got a question. Does everybody have a website that shows, I don't know, Ken from the United States, SEO, YouTube video SEO? Does everyone have a website? Tell me yes or no, and it's a sidetrack. Tony's the only one to answer so far. Don't be ashamed if you don't have one. Okay. All right. Listen, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to have one right away. I can tell you, I wouldn't worry about it, because you can always get a website, or if you don't like your website right now, don't let that be a showstopper. Okay. You can always get a website when you start getting some clients, because 9 times out of 10, then when we ask you about your website, you should be wooing them so much with your rankings and all the things you know about YouTube and how to rank videos. They're not even gonna worry about your website. Okay. The point I'm trying to make is, don't let your website be a roadblock. I don't even have video SEO on my website. I get people asking me that. The ones that do go there, they say, well, how come you don't have video on your website? I tell them, listen, I've worked for several companies down here in South Florida. A lot of people know who I am because I'm very good at what I do. So I don't want to show my hand to my competitors. So I stopped putting out what I'm doing anymore. I used to put pricing on it and everything. Everyone would follow suit with me, or they'd undercut me. So I just say, hey, I'm here. Here's my website, and I'm talking to you. So this is how I do it. You know what? Everyone's okay with that. They're not. All they want to see is that proof that you can do what you say. Okay. So what you want to do is just be like Nike and just do it. Roll your sleeves up and start doing this thing. Don't sit there and try to have everything perfect. I know you've probably heard this before. Just start doing it. And you know what? After you get 3 or 4 people under your belt, you know, when you first start talking, you're gonna be like, sort of like I am right now. Sometimes I get so excited about this thing, but that's okay as long as you're confident and you're excited and it comes through the phone. That's cool. But pretty soon you get the marbles out of your mouth to be more confident. You'll make sales. You'll be closing, 70, 80% of the people that email you back. That's what you want. That's what you want. The people who call you or email you want to close 70 to 80% of them. Okay. So let's go on. The next step you got to do is you got to pick your services. What are you going to sell these guys? Are you going to sell them 1 video for $100 a video? Are you going to sell them, 3 videos? I set up a service up to 5 videos, because when I say up to, then they say, whoa, what do you mean up to? Well, if you only have 3 videos, I'll do 3 videos. It's $550 a month. That's what I tell them. Depending on the city and stuff. If it's New York, LA, that's like a national campaign, so I got to charge a lot more. But most of the littler, medium, undersized cities, $550, $700. But that's what I tell them, $550. What if I only have 3? It's $550. That's my service. So you want to make sure that you know what service you're offering, okay? What service you're offering and how much you're going to charge. And you want to know, what does it include? The next step is your price firm. If you're just starting out, you definitely don't want it to be firm, because you don't know what your market bears. So maybe the sweet spot in your market's $300 a month. That's okay. That's okay. It's whatever your market bears. It depends. And also, a lot of times, depends on the city. So, and we'll get more into how to make deals and stuff next week. But I'll give you a quick example. Let's say we find somebody in I don't know, Winter Haven, Florida, which is like a suburb of Orlando. And they want the pest control. Now, pest control in Winter Haven, it might not, they're making money, but maybe only charging $300. But then there's all these other suburbs around Winter Haven. So what you can do is say, listen, for $300 more a month, I'll add in 5 more cities. So you say Oviedo, there's some other kind of Winter Haven, Winter Garden, all these other. You throw all these small cities in for another $300, and it takes you about a week to rank them. And it's easy. There's no competition. And now all of a sudden you got $600 a month of this guy. You provide him with great service. But these are the type of things you got to figure out. You want to find the sweet spot for pricing. You want to find out is your price going to be firm? What you're going to include in your services, and then what you got to find your cutoff point. What's the lowest you're going to go down to? That's the other question you got to go. And you know what? Some days I might go lower than other days. It just depends. It depends on a guy. You can tell if a guy who's just a smart aleck on trying to take advantage. I'm not going to go down for him. But a guy who's really wanting it, you know what? I might go down for him, because I want to provide the service for people. And I want, those kind of people that really want it, and they're negotiating with you. As long as they're not smart aleck and trying to take advantage of you, those are the kind of guys that stay for you forever, because they're loyal. So you might want to go a little lower for those kind of guys. Am I making sense to everybody right now? I mean, are you guys following what I'm saying? Just click one or two. Okay, good, good. Well, I think you guys are seeing the same thing I'm seeing. There you go, Ken. One. There you go. That was good, Dave. I like that. So the next step is you gotta ask yourself. You gotta have this down. Listen, you don't want to have someone on the phone and know how you're gonna take payments. I've done it before. I've done it before. It's something I just never thought of when I first started. But how are you gonna collect payments? Okay, I use PayPal. I primarily use PayPal up to this point and check by fax myself. PayPal is awesome. It really is. And people can use their credit cards. The only downfall of PayPal is if the person doesn't have a PayPal account, they can only charge, I think, up to $10,000 a year to you. But most of my clients, they're not paying that much in a year, so I'm pretty good with that. The other cool thing about PayPal, get a debit card. When you get a debit card with PayPal, it's just like a debit card to your bank, and you can use it as a credit card. As soon as a person pays you, if he pays you right now, you go to Happy Hour right now if you want to, okay? And that's how quick you can use the money on PayPal. It's awesome. I love using PayPal. I see people talk smack about them. I love PayPal. Anytime I have an issue, I call them up. They got great customer service. They've helped me out immensely, and I've had PayPal since like 1995, something like that. But I like them. Now the other alternative, of course, is a merchant account. Merchant accounts, are a little, they're getting easier to get now, but they still charge you more because we do stuff online. We collect payments online. We don't have the credit card in front of us. The other alternative is check by fax. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this, but this software that I use allows you to have your customer send you fax you a check. You get that check in the fax on your fax machine, and then what you do is with the software you order looks like checks, and what you do is it has the software. You put in all the information, and when you put in all the information, it prints out what looks like a check. It's really a bank draft. It even says no signature required. Then I put it in my bank account today, and the next day it clears. Okay, it's a sweet solution. It's under $100. I'm gonna put the link in there right now. Here's a link to CheckWriter. It's called CheckWriter, and it allows you to accept check by fax. You know what? It's better than credit card. You know why? Because credit card, they can dispute charges up to six months, I think, with Amex or something crazy like that. You ain't getting no dispute charges with a check. Okay? So that's just, I'll just throw that out there. The other alternative is regular checks and then Square Up. I just signed up for Square Up like 3 days ago. I'm waiting on the card. So Square Up is where you can accept credit cards on your smartphone or your iPhone. It's free to sign up. I just fill the stuff out. There's no credit check, nothing like that. And they even let you enter in the credit cards manually. They just charge you more to enter them in manually. So if I get, I can't tell you how many times I've had people say, "Can't just give you a credit card, you type it in." I'm like, "No, I use PayPal. PayPal, you can't do that." Well, you can, but you got to get the virtual terminal or something. I just never did that. So now with Square, I have that opportunity. So now if someone says, I don't know if CheckWriter works in the UK, Tony. You can check them out though. So I just saw that come up. I wanted Tony to know that. But we'll Square Up. Now if attorney or anyone says, "Hey, can I just give you my credit card number?" Yes, you can. You type it in, you're done. Okay, I'm just reading a couple more questions. Someone says, and you guys see it. In reference is a great merchant account. Whoever sell on a pay-per-lead basis seems more lucrative. Wondering why you don't. Well, you know what? I have seen other people. I've coached other people that do lead a call, pay per call. But you know what? You never know. You never know if you're going to make any money with that. I'm serious. That's why I like to do the monthly fee. When I do the per month basis, I know I'm getting money every month. And let me tell you something. Everyone doesn't call for all your niches every month. So there might be some months where you don't get nothing. You might get some months where you have 1 or 2 calls. And then that's a fact. I had AC repair in Austin and Houston for a long time. I didn't get a whole lot of calls. I got some calls, and I referred them out to other people trying to sell them on a monthly basis. They didn't want to go for it at the time. This was like before Penguin. But that's when I did it. But now I see more and more people doing it. It sounds good to me, but I know based on experience that you don't get calls all the time. Some people will sit there and they'll tell you, oh yeah, I'm getting 40 calls today, I'm getting 50 calls today. Yeah, you know what? That could happen. I tell you what, I had a company a moving company that we bartered some services, and when I first got them up on the first page of Google, they got 22 calls in 2 days. Wow, man, if I was making 40 bucks, I would have made a whole lot of money that day. But you know what? Since then, they don't get a boatload of calls. They get steady calls, but it's not enough. You know what? I make more money if I charge them $550 a month most of the time. So that's why I haven't dabbled in the pay per lead basis. Yes, it works. And if you do it on your own, you got to build all these properties. You got to rank all these properties, and once you can't get paid until you rank them, until you start getting calls. So yeah, you know what? It might be easy to get clients. Hey, you want to rent my number, but you don't have to pay me until you get me calls. Who's going to say no to that? Some people might say no because they think it's a scam. But you don't know when you're going to get paid. That's the only bad thing. And then here's the other thing with the pay per lead that I find is kind of goofy. What if you charge it for every like 10 calls and they get to 10 calls and they don't pay you? Then what? Okay, yeah, okay, I fire them, get another client, this and that. But still, that's always out there. It's just like if you don't own the assets on you don't own the assets and the YouTube channel and all that. If they stop paying you, well, you know, you're kind of stuck. But what I do is I make sure I own at least the channel, and I make them pay me a 30-day notice to quit or 30 days, cancellation fee. So at least I know I can plan ahead of time to start, saying, hey, look, see this guy right here? I have him up there. He's firing me next month. He just paid to cancel. Do you want me to knock him off and you can take over? Because that's what I do. Because I deal with attorneys. Attorneys are real competitive. They hate each other. They all say they hate each other, and they go out for lunch each other and talk, act like they have fun, and then when behind their back they talk about each other. So it works great that way. But the pay-per call works. You just, you know what? I find that the monthly one is more secure. I get paid all the time. Once you get people up there, I'm not going to worry about if they're making money. All I worry about is they're going to pay my bill. I'm happy making $500 to $1,000 a month per client. That's out there. Think about it. I mean, I don't know if you know my story. I don't know if I've told my story, but I started in July 2013. We figured out the videos. By October 2013, the 1st of October, my receivables was $12,500. So I don't know, I'm going by the monthly thing. I'm not going by the pay per lead. That's something new that a lot of people are doing. And like I said, I've coached people that made some money in some cities and no money in others. So I'll just leave that out there. But let's get on to the next step that we need to do. After we figure out how we're going to collect payments to get paid, what we want to do, I'll keep hitting the enter key, sorry guys, is you got to pick your niche, okay? Got to pick your niche. You think that might be the first thing? No, you want to have everything else set up first. You really do. Because when you pick your niche, you want to pick the one niche, and I've mentioned this before, you want to be able to support at least $300 plus a month. You want to stick to that one niche. Don't go across the country or just in your backyard and do all these different niches. Because when you pick the one niche and you stick to it, you're going to learn the lingo of that niche. You're going to learn the hot buttons of that niche. Listen, there's only about maybe 3 to 5 different customers that are going to call you up that you're going to talk to. And when I say 3 to 5 customers, you have a customer that likes certain things about each niche. And when you stick to that one niche, as soon as you talk to this guy, you hear him talking, you're going to know what hot buttons to hit for this guy to make him so he loves you, to make him so he wants to buy from you because you're that smart. You're so smart, you know everything about what he likes already. So when you stick to that one niche, you can do that, okay? And don't just stick in your backyard. Go across, this is 2014, whatever country you're in, we can send email blasts. I mean, here's the way it works. Think about it. I send out emails telling people I can get their company on the first page of Google. They call me back. I send them an agreement. I prove that I can, show them some examples. I send them an agreement through the email. They fax it back to me, or they send it back to me in email. They send me a payment by a credit card or check by fax. We ain't never met. And I got customers all in California. I got customers, I live in Florida. I got customers up in New York. So I don't meet these people, but this is the way it works. We got to change our mentality to go across the United States, okay, or across Australia, across the UK, whatever country you're in. It's 2014, and people are now used to it. As long as you can build that trust when you sell them, when you're talking to them, either by email or by phone, you know, deliver with confidence. Because you know what? You should have the confidence, because you can rank any keyword in any niche on the first page of Google using YouTube videos. It's not, like I said, it's not if, it's when. It might take a little longer sometimes. I tell my people 4 to 6 weeks to see results. Most of the time, it's less than 4 weeks. You know what? I've had some, a small city like Nashville. It took me almost, what was like a month and a half. A month and a half, the guy was livid. He emailed me, said, hey, you told me you're going to give me our first page to Google. Just consider this a cancellation. I said, what are you talking about? Oh, you're going to bill me and this and that. Listen, I'm not billing you till you're on the first page of Google. That's something that I will do to some clients. If they're in like a small city with Nashville, there's something wrong. So I said, hey, listen, he already paid me up front. You're not on the first page of Google, and he was nowhere. He wasn't even on page 10. I said, look, I ain't gonna bill you till we see some progress. So as soon as he got on the first page of Google, it was like, you know, like I said, a month and a half. He was happy. He paid me right away, and he's still a client. He's actually added 3 or 4 more cities on since then. So that's it. You want to stick to one, pick your niche, stick to one niche, and go across the country. I hope I'm not just, you know, keep digressing on everything. I'm just trying to tell you guys, you know, what we need to do. And, you know, I want to help you guys out. I want you all to be successful. So the next step, of course, is ranking your videos. If you have videos ranking for anything, start prospecting. Prospect with your videos in as an example in the email template that you got on the membership site. If you don't have any videos, then what you do, you have 2 options. Option 1, I already told you about. Just pick a smaller city and rank those videos in that niche. Option 2, you'll purchase our done for you service. We have 1 video right now. I'm gonna raise the price, and I know I told people I was gonna raise it last Sunday, but I'm keeping it there right now because I know a lot more people want to buy. They've emailed me, so I'm leaving it like it is right now. But our $80 service is 1 video. Okay, you can get 1 video, but what you get with the done for you service is you get my help to closing clients. Okay, if you have emails, you don't know how to answer them, send them to me. I'll help you. I'll answer it for you and send it back to you. If you have someone who's asking all these questions, you're not sure, we'll get on a 3-way, and I'll call them as your manager. You can listen in how I talk to them and what I say, and then I close them, and you got the deal. So that's what comes with the do it for you, done for you service. Okay. So if you purchase done for you service, you get a copy of how I did it. What do you mean? I don't understand that question, Dave. You get a copy of how I ranked, or you get a copy of my campaign. You can have that. Yes, yeah, you can have a copy of that. It don't matter. And we'll go into that, and when we go over to GSA, what really makes you rank. Okay, you can have that. That's not a big deal. But the done for you service, it comes with a lot. I mean, as soon as you purchase it, I send you 2 videos. You can put in your emails and start prospecting right away. So you hit the ground running, buy the done for you service for $80, man. It's a no-brainer. It really is. And if you already have clients, or you know you can get clients right away, I'll talk about that later, a little bit later in the presentation at the end. So once we got the ranking, the next thing we want to do is start prospecting. We want to do it through email blast. You all have the template. If you purchased Offline Resurrection, you have the email template. It works. It just flat out works. And we had someone in the Facebook group the other day said he finally did. He's doing it manually. He ain't even doing this with Outlook, but he said he's already got some results. I don't know what niche. I didn't ask him, but he's already getting results. You know why? Because he just did it. He did like Nike. Just do it. So that's what we have to do. Use the email blast. Man, when you do the email blast and you have examples, the clients, when they call you or contact you, they're already pre-sold. I mean, even if they say, how much? You get that a lot. How much? What's your service? How much? You know, or sometimes you get a smart like, oh, really? Well, how much are you going to charge me? Are you going to charge me arm and leg? Well, that's up to you, but still. But those are the kind of questions you get. When someone asks me how much, you know they're interested. You got what they want. They just want to see how much they can get you down, okay? And it also makes for an easy close because you're already shown them proof. People are smarter now. when I first started doing this before Penguin, I sent out email blasts to many different niches that got no response that today I get responses to. So people are a lot smarter now. You send them an email and you use our email template, they're gonna check your rankings and they're gonna see that you're ranking. They're gonna be calling you back and they're gonna be excited, but they're not gonna let you know. Okay? So that's what we want to do. We want to start prospecting and doing our email blast. That's what we want to do. And remember, we want to take a minimum of 3 times a day to email blast before the day starts for whatever niche you're in. If it's, you know, some kind of office niche, you want to do it before 9, a little bit before 9 o'clock. Some of the blue collar niches, maybe you might want to do it like 7:30, 8 o'clock, or before 8, because people always check their email when it first gets to the office. Then I do one before lunch, and I do one before 4. Now I say I do it because I do my own emails right now. I have VAs to do a lot of the other stuff for me, but I do the emails. I do have sales people, but they do theirs, and they do theirs. You know, they have to do so many a day, and they have to take so many calls, etc. But I do most of my main, like for my attorneys, I do all those emails. Okay, so I get distracted, so I have to take a minimum of 3 times a day to do it. Sometimes I do it 4 or 5 times. Most of the time myself, I do it 3 times because of distractions. So that's how you do the prospecting. That's what you want to start doing. The next step, or the next thing is, hey, some people like to cold call. They like talking on the phone. And if you like to cold call, all you got to do is send me an email at support@offlineresurrection.com. Sorry, I had to take a drink there. I can give you scripts, very good cold call scripts, and it's basically one call closes. That's how we have to change our mentality. Okay, our next training, as I said, is going to go over role play, and we're going to try to change everyone's mentality. We got to stop, and I think it's in the next slide too. We have to stop sending out proposals to people and giving them 3 to 5 days to look over them. Really? You got to look. It's going to take you 3 to 5 days. I just showed you 3 or 4 keywords just on the first page of Google. You want my service or not? You know, yeah, you know what? If they're going to pay in 5 days, I'm going to ream them, but I'm going to, trust me, I'm going to have them say, what? Why you got to wait 3 days? Come on, let me send you agreement right now. I'll send you agreement right now. I'll call you in like an hour. We can go over details of the agreement, then we can discuss anything else you have, any other questions you have. You have to be a little aggressive in sales, not to the point of being rude, but don't be afraid to ask for the money. Don't be afraid to send out, you know, the agreements. Okay? And basically next training is going to be role play. It's going to be how to set up a sales force, how to pay your sales force. And I want to talk about something too. We know people slip through the cracks in our Facebook mastermind, okay? We know that. We let everyone in who asked to come in up to this point. We haven't revealed anything, you know, groundbreaking, but we're about to do next week, as you can see. I think you see that this training is pretty good so far. If you haven't bought Offline Resurrection, you need to, because what we're going to do this week is we're going to go through all of our purchases and everything, all of our purchases that we've done and that were made, and we're going to take people out of our Facebook group. Now, if we take you out of a mistake, don't take it personal. Just email us to support. Email us your PayPal receipt, and we'll put you back in. It's no big deal. We just want to make sure that when we're going to start revealing the ground-breaking training that we have, that it's only people who have purchased, because it's only fair that you guys who purchased, you guys who paid the money, you guys are in. Okay. Now, if you guys buy the Do It For You service, then we'll invite you to the webinars. We definitely will do that. Okay. And the webinars are going to be awesome starting next week when we start revealing the sales, how to set your sales force. I know some people say, I thought this next training could be on GSA. Well, I want to do the sales force next week because we already have that set up. We can do GSA the following Friday, or maybe we'll set up a special one before then. But right now it seems like Fridays are good. Hopefully you guys will get sent to the survey where I'm asking which day is best for you guys, because I want to try to stay to everyone's schedule. Okay, I want to know when to get the best time it is to give a webinar. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so again, I don't mean putting a rain on anyone's parade, but people slip through the cracks. We're going to take them out. If you haven't bought, you need to buy. That's all I'm going to tell. Or buy the Done For You service so you can come on the future webinars. The stuff for next week we're going to be covering is how to close deals. We don't want to waste any more time sending out proposals. Okay, we're gonna think one call closed. You know, we're gonna help set your mentality so that you can when you're talking to someone, your whole mentality is, I want to talk to this guy. I want to set him on an agreement today. I want to call him back 45 minutes or an hour, and I want to get payment today. That's how we have to do this. We can't be going around being timid salespeople. We have to be confident, and we want to go out there and we want to get that payment today. You know, you always use that too, especially if you're negotiating with you. Oh, I can't pay $500 a month. No, well, what's in your budget? Oh, I was thinking more like $300. Okay, well, if you can pay 3 months up front, we'll do that today. But you got to sign up today. The deal's good today only, and that's how you do it. Don't listen. Here's one thing I said in almost all my webinars. Don't listen to the other people that are in the Facebook groups, your Skype groups, etc., that are telling you, oh, this SEO, this video SEO, I get $1,500 a month. I get $5,000 a month. Really? So how come you spend so much time on these groups telling us about it then if you're making all that kind of money? Because, you know, I know if I was making $5,000 a month for all my clients, I probably wouldn't be giving these webinars. I'd probably be on vacation right now with my wife somewhere in some island. I mean, trust me, I'm making decent money, but $5,000 a month per client, $1,500 per client, 10 clients, that's $15K. Oh my goodness. Think about that for a second. So don't listen to those guys. All right. The thing you got to think about is, your client ready to write a check today? If he is, let's try to get it. Okay. Let's try to make it so it's good for both of us. If it's less than what you want to do, make it pay 2 or 3 months up front. Okay. Any other questions for that? You guys are pretty good in typing them in. Okay, so we're also going to be discussing upsells, okay? Upsells to our clients. It's so much easier to upsell or sell to your clients that you already have. Think about it. They already trust you. They already bought from you. They gave you money. So we're going to go over when it's best to do upsells. We're going to go over that. And listen, just by doing upsell, you can increase your monthly income. If you continue to prospect and get new clients, you can always upsell your clients, okay? So that's it for this slide, and that's it for our Q&A training. And I want to talk to you guys about, the people that slipped through. Now's the time to buy it or buy our done-for-you service. And I want to tell you a little bit about our done-for-you service. When I first started my done-for-you service, I set it out there, put it out there for everyone, and I did it the same way I do my clients. I said, listen, if you want to buy 3 videos, you can only use those 3 videos for one city, one niche, basically for one client. If you want to buy 5 videos, you can use them, but for one client for 3 months, you can switch it out. Here's what I've done today. I've made it now so that you can use your videos any way you want to. If you want to buy a 5-pack for $350 a month, you can use. Let's make it easy. If you wanted to buy the 3-pack for $175, you can use one video for an attorney in California. You can use one video for a plumber in Texas, and you can use one video for a fencing company in Fort Lauderdale. So that's what I've done. Not only that, what I've done, if you buy between now and Sunday, June 8th, I'm going to add 2 more videos to the done-for-you service. So if you buy a 3-pack, you're really going to get 5 videos. I'm going to add 2 more on that you can add in. If you buy a 5-pack, I'm going to add 2 more videos. So you're going to get 7. Okay? So if you buy the done-for-you service, the $80 one's the $80. You get 1 video. Okay? I can't do much there. That's the rock bottom price. You buy 3-pack or 5-pack, I'm going to add 2 more videos to that. All right? So you can basically have 7 clients for the 5-pack, or you can use it for 5 clients for a 3-pack. And as soon as you buy that, you're going to have examples of my examples that I'm going to give you, and you're going to have my help in closing your clients. Okay? Are there any other questions? Have I ever tried buying email lists? No. You know what? I have tried buying email lists like that, and you know what? It's you know what? You can try it. I mean, we're scraping. Listen, we teach you to scrape them off the internet. You get a lot that return. So you get a lot return with Info USA and all those other ones as well, and they might work out better. You never know. I'm not against trying stuff, but I just know that what I've done is scraping them off the internet. I know they can be a little fresher. And again, you don't have to use our the done for you service, our monthly charges. I'm gonna put the link out there for you guys so you can see. And I think when I exit here, you're probably gonna go that page anyway, but I'll put it out there for you guys so you can see it. That's a done for you service right there. All you have to do is click on it. You go to the page. But you know, I'm not against using different things. I was talking about not using. You don't have to use the GSA email spider. If you have anything that's going to scrape emails and bring back emails, you can use that. It doesn't matter. We're just getting the emails so we can, you know, the emails, because it's 2014. People check their emails. You even check their spam. So if you end up in a spam folder, they're still going to see your email. That's why we use real subject lines. So in our email template, use the same subject line. They're going to see your email and they're going to open it, even if it's in spam. So as long as you get emails to send out, because we're sending emails, we get past the gatekeepers. Cold callers, good cold callers can get past the gatekeepers and stuff. And I get discouraged when I do cold calling. But emails, I can send out emails all day long. No one tells me no. I mean, sometimes I get discouraged, like, wow, I didn't get any response back. But what happens is sometimes they don't look at your emails for a day or so. And then as you're emailing out 2 or 3 to 4 days in a row, next thing you know, you get how much, and you got all these emails. It's great. But, you know, you do have days where you don't have nothing. Okay, can I post copies of slide presentation? Yeah, I can post copies of slide presentation. That's not a problem. I'll put it in the membership. Probably tools needed. I'll put everything there for right now. So I make another page. I mentioned ACT over WP Call Tracker. What are some of the pros and cons? Well, WP Call Tracker works just like ACT, but ACT it's like the difference between a Cadillac and, let's say, a Focus. Okay, the WP Call Tracker, you got to go back and forth to Twilio and stuff. When you're in ACT, you don't have to do all that. You can purchase your phone numbers right in the software. You stay in the software. You let me see. Let me see something here. Let's see if I get into this thing while everything's running here. Okay, so let's try this. Share. What? It's not letting me share my screen here. Okay. So you see my screen? It's coming up. It's getting kind of slow. I want to show you the ACT, but it's kind of slow, so I might have to stop this. Yeah, I'm gonna stop this. It's way too slow. So basically, what ACT does is it allows you to set up all your companies in like a table form, so you can look up companies really quick. You set up the phone numbers. Another thing that ACT has that WP Call Tracker doesn't have is it has a shotgun, what they call a shotgun thing, shotgun approach. You can have one phone number, and you can sell leads to more than one person for that phone number. And the way that works is the first one to answer the phone call gets the lead. So some people, if you're doing the lead model, which I'm not against, I just I'm not well versed with it, and I know from experience and coaching other people, helping other people, there's months they don't get paid if they don't get no calls. So if you're okay with that, do the lead model. I get paid on everything that I do and on every one of my clients every month. Some pay late, but they always pay. But that's just it. The do it for you services, yes, they're monthly. It's a 3-month commitment though. If after 3 months you don't want me to keep your videos up, don't re-up. If you re-up, you can actually change out the videos. I can do new videos, however you want to do it. Advise everyone read the CAN SPAN. It's really easy to be compliant. You know what? You're right, Ken. And that's, if you look at our email template, everything that's in my email is compliant. I try to be compliant. I don't want, listen, I've been doing this for attorneys. I mean, emailing attorneys like this since 2007. I'm still doing it. It's 2014, almost 7 years. I've been emailing attorneys. And listen, I've had attorneys tell me the laws are different in California. I've had internet attorneys tell me this is wrong, blah, blah, blah. They're going to report me how they get their email, et cetera, et cetera. I just tell them, listen, I'm good at what I do. And, if you're not interested in my service, no need to bother. I'll take you off my list. Have a great day. That's it. But I've been doing this for 7 years to attorneys. I try to stay compliant. Could Scrapebox be used to scrape emails? Yeah, I guess you could. If you can get, I'm not that well versed in Scrapebox. I use Scrapebox for other things in GSA, check indexing and get URLs and stuff like that. Every time I try to scrape emails, it gets to a certain point and it just, it freezes up. So yeah, you could use Scrapebox. And listen, there's WSOs on the Warrior Forum for like 10, 15 bucks. You can still buy that'll scrape emails for you. And there's another thing that I might develop. That who did that? This one dude did it, and I actually had my whole system set up on that, so people could do it for as like a free alternative. We can type in a query in Google, and you can query emails for Facebook, for LinkedIn, and it brings back emails. And then this guy had a little utility that will actually read through Google and scrape everything out. And my programmer can do that. I want him to do this, finish this thing for GSA because everybody's gonna want it. Everybody who uses GSA is gonna need it. So we want to get this done. It's probably 2 or 3 weeks out on that. But this other thing will probably take them a couple days. Maybe we'll put that in there, and then everyone can scrape emails easily. And maybe we'll provide that just as a service for people who are, who have purchased Offline Resurrection. Another benefit, of purchasing our software versus trying to get, benefits. So there's a lot of benefits to being an Offline Resurrection, people. If anyone else has any more questions, please ask. We are gonna, okay, we'll buy as soon as funds are available. Okay, cool, man. That's cool. If you got 80 bucks to buy the done for you service, anybody, that'll at least get you invited to the webinar, so you don't fall behind. If you fall behind, it's going to be recorded, and you'll be able to get it when you purchase the Offline Resurrection. I like to help people, but I have to be fair too. So I'm going to have to do this. Taking some polls and stuff and whatnot to other people that are in the group, and this is what we've decided. So if anyone else has any other questions or anything, it can be about anything. It doesn't have to be necessarily about GSA. It doesn't have to be about YouTube marketing. It can be any kind of marketing. I'm working on a few projects, as I said before. I'm really excited about the one that's going to come out next. It's just going to be an add-on to what we're already doing. You guys will be the first to get it too. You guys that are in Offline Resurrection, we'll release it to you guys at a lesser price as well. So I'm thinking like maybe to the group, maybe 77 bucks, maybe 97 bucks. I don't know what I'm going to sell it at yet, but it's going to be a 77, 97 price range, but it's going to blow your mind. You couldn't find the, oh, okay. Sorry about that. What I'll do is I'll make sure I add it in there. Tony? Yeah, I'll make sure. No, you didn't misread the sales page, Tony. I do have a PDF. I'm sorry I didn't put it up there. A couple people emailed me about it. Maybe you didn't see it, and I just Skyped it back to them. So I'll try to put it up there in the tools needed. In the tools needed page, I'll put it up there, and you'll have it tonight, okay? How many keywords can you load GSA? You can load up a boatload. I mean, I know some people that load up hundreds in the GSA and use that as their anchor text. I don't like to do hundreds because let's put it this way: the more keywords that you load up in the GSA, you can do as many as you want. I don't know if there is a limit, but the more you put up there, the more targets it tries to find, and depending on how you set up your GSA campaign, you can tell GSA to use your keywords as anchor text. So if you have hundreds of keywords, that's okay. You might even rank for hundreds of them, but it's going to take longer because GSA has to go through and drop links for each one of those keywords. That's why I try to use in my main 10 or 15 when I set that up, and go there first. So if I have, in the way GSA drops links, I don't know if you guys are that well versed. The way GSA drops links, you cannot stop it from putting in its own links. I don't know why the programmer does that. I think he did it because it's more for like web pages to help people out a little bit, or websites. But no matter what you do, GSA is going to put in their own anchor text. They take it from the titles of the guest book, the titles of all the different things that you're dropping links on. It takes it from different random sentences in your stuff. So no matter what you do, if I say, I only want these 10 keywords that have to do with DUI attorney Fort Lauderdale, it doesn't care. it's gonna put its own in there anyway. So if you put hundreds in there, it's just gonna take longer to rank. Again, I go back to it's not if, it's when. With GSA, it really is. You just gotta do it right now. If you only have one or two keywords, like when I first started, I used to only use one keyword, and I would just slam links at the one keyword. And I tell you what, man, I was ranking in 2 weeks. Everything. It didn't matter. LA, San Diego, San Francisco, boom, I was ranking all over the place in 2 weeks. Well, now it's just changed a little bit. I can still rank doing that. But what I've done is I've diversified, just trying to look out for stuff, and it seems to be working better because I am ranking for more keyword phrases. Okay, you're welcome, Tony. And how many calls do you seem to get a month? Like Florida lawyer, roofer. It depends on how much I'm email blasting. It just depends. It really does. I'll tell you what. When I start prospecting, I start getting clients. And when you start getting clients, then you have YouTube channels to make, and you got YouTube videos to upload with a description. The bottleneck is once you get the clients, is uploading everything to YouTube. And when I first started, I didn't have it all figured out. You can have VAs, and I'm going to show you guys how to span this with VAs and all that stuff. So when you first start out with this, you may have to turn off prospecting for a little while, or maybe only do one prospecting a month. When I first started, when I was doing a full bore, I was getting between 4 on a slow month, 10 on a good month, new clients every month. And I only did attorneys. I did DUI. I did any kind of attorney that wanted. I do. But my main ones, because they're the ones that pay the big money, are DUI attorneys and personal injury attorneys. I have a few bankruptcy attorneys and some criminal attorneys. I separate DUI and criminal. So you got some criminal, but mostly DUI and personal injury, car accident attorneys, really. That's great, man. You know what, Tony's right. You're right, Tony, from the UK. He finally found a business you can do from home. You are absolutely correct. I do this all out of my house. I've been doing this out of my house since 2009, all out of my house. And and I just recently got VAs. Before Penguin, I found a way to do everything hands off. I had another dude on WSO. He did all the rankings. He had some 2-for-1 sales. So like what I'm doing, like I'm kind of copying his model too. But I bought every 2-for-1 sale he had, and I had like invoices that would have been like $10,000 or $15,000, and because it only lasted for a year when I started buying all this. And it came time to pay up. Penguin already came, but I got the invoice like $15,000. He was selling 2-for-1s. I would buy 2-for-1s, 3-for-1s. So when I got my clients, I would just this was different because it's websites. I just upload my keywords to his site, and it'd be done, hands off. And that's what I'm going to show you. There is a way to do that. Even if you use GSA, there's not a whole lot of work the way I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to get your campaigns, how to get everything set up so you don't have to do a whole lot. I'm going to show you how to get salespeople. The campaigns will be cool. It's going to be great, man. Serious. So hopefully I'll see all you guys back. Hopefully we see more people. Hey, tell your friends about it, man. You know what? There's so much work out there right now, especially on the internet. It don't matter. I mean, let's put it this way. I might email someone, they call me and talk to them on the phone, and they don't like me. They don't like my style, maybe think I'm arrogant. And then Tony from the UK calls them up. He might sell them in 30 seconds. But you know what? That's okay, because the same thing might happen to him. He might call some dude, and he don't like his English accent or whatever. I talk to him 30 seconds. He buys from me. So there's so much work out there, man. If you have, people that you want to do this, or you want to help out, hey, tell them about what we're doing. Anyone else have any questions? All right. Hey, you know what? I recorded this on Camtasia, and the system's recording this, so we got 2 chances of getting a good recording, and I will try to post it as soon as it's done. It could be in a half hour, however long it takes to render all this stuff, and then I'll try to get that PDF up there right away so you guys can download the PDF. All right, so we're going to call this one. Is there one last chance? Any other questions? All right, great. You guys have a great weekend.